all the good stuff without the woo-woo. Today, I am talking to the founder of Relax, Change and Create app, and also, most recently, Working Mindfully, Andrew Johnson. So without further ado, we've got a full good 10 minutes, and I really want to engage with the founder, of course, as I've said, Andrew Johnson. So good morning, Andrew. I hope you're super well today.
Hi, Donna, I'm really good. Thanks for the invite.
Super. So I think behind the apps, it's nice to meet the person. So that's the purpose of doing this little interview, to find out more about Andrew Johnson. So what's the background and where are you?
Well, geographically, I'm in Edinburgh. My career has been 26 years now as a therapist and a coach and a teacher. I started off working in Ayrshire with one-to-one clients, working with clinical and medical hypnotherapy, stress management, resilience training, all good stuff. Quite quickly get into the corporate market, did a bit of work with Bupa and NHS. And then my recordings in 2009 became apps. I'd always had recordings on cassette, which shows you my age, CD, MP3, and in 2009, myself and my business partner released the world's first meditation app. We didn't expect anything to happen with it, but it went absolutely wonderfully, and I've now got 25 different apps. And as you mentioned, 2 of them have been launched in the last 12 months, which I'm really excited about. Relax, Change, Create, which is a sort of subscription app for individuals, and Working Mindfully, which is my latest app, which is going into the corporate world.
Yeah. So I've personally, been on those apps for many years, and I've watched it evolved, and it's amazing. So, most people who will watch this know me and what I do. And, the reason why we're having this is that, the working mindfully is quite important right now, to have a really great package to seal for well-being. So,
yeah.
So the specifically the Working Mindfully app, that's what we want to talk about today. Why now? And specifically, you said corporate, but all types of businesses, I'm guessing, yeah?
Oh, yes. So the pandemic brought about a lot of changes. And obviously, I mean, there's no point talking about what's happened because it's all over the news, but there's been a huge shift in a lot of companies of all sizes wanting to put into place some well-being initiatives for their staff. Yeah. I saw a big increase in people reaching out to me for help at the start of the pandemic. And as it started to get towards what we all hope will be the end of it, that amount of people contacting me has gone through the roof. It seems that the going back to work has caused an awful lot of issues, much more than not being at work. I have wanted to develop an app for businesses to give to their staff for a number of years now. And it just so happened everything clicked into place late last year and early this year. After about 6 months of working on it, we launched. I think we launched about 2 months ago, and it's been a wonderful experience.
So, with the Working Mindfully corporate soul sizes of business, we've got the information, we've got the textbook stuff to send out and everything. What would be your point of reference to really engage with a company? What is the why behind the app? The really big advantage to giving to staff. What would your recommendations be?
Okay, well, our tagline, as you started with, is all the good stuff without the woo-woo. Now, after all these years in business and the research that's been done in the last 10 years about meditation, relaxation, and mindfulness, there's absolutely no doubt now that for individuals learning to relax, learning to meditate, learning to become mindful, it's massively beneficial physically, emotionally, energetically. However, there is a barrier that a lot of people need to get through with meditation and mindfulness. They have a baggage that goes with them.
Yeah.
A lot of people will have an idea of meditation and mindfulness that it's sitting in a lotus position or chanting or hugging a tree or you know, unburdening yourself and crying in front of folk and all these things. And that's what I regard as the woo-woo stuff. Now, I love all that stuff. I have to put my hand in my heart and say, you know, I'm an old hippie and I love all that stuff. But there's an awful lot of people get put off because of this. And so what I do and what I've taught in my career over the last 26 years is it's all about the good stuff. Now, when people say, what's the good stuff? Because I've already described the woo-woo, what's the good stuff, they say? And I'll say, well, it's better sleep. It is better resilience. It is clarity of thought.
Mm-hmm.
It is getting back in touch with your resources and your skills and your abilities. Getting back in touch with the real you, improving your memory. And when you can put a list of things that's the good stuff, that all happen to the vast majority of people when they listen to these recordings and learn to relax and learn to breathe and learn to ground themselves and learn to get back in touch with better sleeping patterns.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the power of meditation, mindfulness, resilience training, relaxation training really kicks in. Yeah. It can be life-changing, but as I say, my entire working life has been about stripping away all the stuff and leaving in the good stuff. Yeah. And I think that's why my recordings have been so successful. I have to say, especially with men, because it's been a difficult journey getting men into this world of meditation and mindfulness.
Yeah, and with everything that you've just said, that will go into the workplace because you will be grounded, you will feel better, so you will work better, you'll communicate better.
Yeah.
And then as the team, you know, the whole, you know, everything will work better, you know. Absolutely. And then they can focus on business because that's the ultimate, you know, yes, thing in corporate, right? So good. So like myself, I have a great power of 3, and I believe in it very much. So we have purpose, vision, and values. And behind all of that, Andrew, what is the goals for the Working Mindfully app and anything else you want to share?
Well, our big goal is to have 10 million mindful moments in the workplace.
Wow.
At some point in the near future. We want to create, well, we have created an app that is easy to use in the privacy of your own home that helps people sleep and relax and, as I say, become mindful and build a bit of resilience. And we want to do that in a way that allows people to start investigating this world of going within and build their own set of tools for life. The Working Mindfully app is a part of a healthy lifestyle. It's not the full thing, it is a part of it.
Exactly.
But because we now all carry smartphones or tablets about with us, because unfortunately, despite all the things that people say, we do have them next to our bed. It's very easy now to put headphones on, press play on a deep sleep recording and let it guide you down into sleep.
Yeah.
So our goal is to introduce this to the corporate market in such a way that, and I think, Donna, this is one of the most interesting things that's come out of my work in the corporate world, is that when people learn relaxation strategies and resilience strategies and learn to meditate, if you're working with a group of colleagues, it gives each person in the organization, whether there's 5 people or 10 people or 1,000 people, it gives them a language that they can use.
Yeah. Now,
what I mean by that is that if someone sees a colleague stressed or anxious or, you know, scattered in some way, Before these apps come out, you know, it's like, well, go and have a cigarette, or go and have a coffee break,
Yeah,
or go and take a breath of fresh air. But now people have the language after they listen to these recordings of saying, why don't you go and do some diaphragmatic breathing, or why don't you go and do that 5-minute relaxation thing that's on the app? And that's a lovely thing in a corporate environment where people now have these skills to point people in that direction of using these recordings.
So it's good probably to start at the top and then work down into the team, so that you are fully aware of, you know, what we're listening to. But like you say, it's then individual, it's private. And I love the fact that it's all in little snippets, you know, for time management, which is really important in the corporate world. Okay, so the Working Mindfully app, you know, is available, of course, but I'm really honored to say that I reached out. Like I said, I've been listening to the other apps for many years, to Andrew, and it's just, you know, moved forward, and I've become a business development partner for Working Mindfully. So under this video, we'll be popping my email and contact details so that we can talk further more privately. So thank you very much for your time today, Andrew, and much success with everything. One final word from you, and we'll close the.
Well, I think one of the things that is really interesting is that these recordings that are within Working Mindfully have been part of different packages and individual apps for many years. We know that these recordings work. We've got the legacy of and the history of these apps. My apps have either been downloaded or streamed, because we're on streaming platforms too. But I would think by the end of this year, we're going to pass 20 million downloads or streams.
Wow.
So we have a deep knowledge of what works with people. And as I've said to many people over the years, if they learn meditation or relaxation, if the only thing that people get from it is a better night's sleep, that can change people's lives hugely.
Totally. Absolutely.
It's a wonderful thing. Thank you for the invite, Donna. It's been a pleasure. Not
a problem. And as you would say on the closings of all the meditations, I always hear is take care of yourself and others.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Andrew. Take care.
Thank you, Donna.
Bye-bye.